Welcome back, my beautiful souls, to Nerding Out with Erika, the part of Becoming with Erika where we get curious, dive into science, and discover just how incredible the human brain really is. Because understanding how we're designed helps us become who we're meant to be. Today, we're talking about something that affects almost every family in one way or another. I know I lost a lot of great people in my life because of this, and the fact that they allow this to overcome them, to take control, really saddens me. Anger. And more specifically, what happens inside your brain when you mix anger with alcohol. Sit back, enjoy the ride. A lot of people say, I just need a drink to calm down. I know if you've heard this a lot, you know? Like, yeah, I need to have a drink after work. Today was just too much. But here's the crazy part. According to neuroscience, alcohol doesn't calm any angry brain. It actually makes it more dangerous. Let's nerd out. Your brain has two important players. Imagine your brain has two teammates. The first one is called the amygdala. Think of it like your brain's smoke detector. The job is to consistently ask, am I safe? The second it thinks something is wrong, someone insults you, someone cuts you off traffic, someone betrays your trust, it hits the alarm. Your heart starts beating faster. Your muscle tightens. Adrenaline starts pumping. Your body gets ready to fight or run away. The amygdala isn't trying to ruin your day. It's trying to protect you. The problem is, sometimes it reacts before it has all the facts. Then your wise brain steps in. Thankfully, God didn't stop there. Right behind your forehead is something called the prefrontal cortex. This is the smartest part of your brain. It's the part that says, wait a second, let's think this through. Maybe they're having a bad day. Is this really worth it? What happens if I say that? Think of it like the brakes on a car. The amygdala hits the gas, the prefrontal cortex hits the brakes. When they're working together, you stay in control. Then, dun, 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 alcohol enters the story. Now, here's where things get interesting. A lot of people believe alcohol helps them calm down. It might feel that way for a few minutes, but inside your brain, something completely different is happening. Alcohol starts shutting down the prefrontal cortex. Remember, the decision maker, your self control, your judgment, the ability to stop and to think. It's like removing the brakes from a moving car. Meanwhile, the emotion alarm system, the amygdala, is still yelling, danger, danger, danger. Now you've got big emotions and almost no filter. That's why people often say things they never meant to say, throw things, punch walls, start fights, or make decisions they regret the next morning. Not because alcohol created the anger, but because it took away the brain's ability to control it. Your brain chemical messengers? Let's nerd out just a little more. Your brain can communicate using tiny chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Think of them like text messaging being sent between brain cells. Alcohol changes those messages. One of the chemicals is called GABA. Its job is to slow everything down. Alcohol makes GABA stronger. That's why people feel relaxed at first. But here's the catch. Feeling relaxed isn't the same thing as making decisions. Your judgments get slower too. Another chemical is called glutamate. This one helps you think clearly and learn. Alcohol turns that down. So your brain literally becomes worse at thinking through situations. Then there's serotonin. You know, you may have heard this. It's called the feel good chemical, but it also helps control impulsive behaviors. Alcohol can throw serotonin out of balance. That means you're not likely to react before thinking. So instead of making you calmer, alcohol is quickly removing the tools your brain uses to stay in control. So, no, you cannot control alcohol. Alcohol controls you. Why small problems suddenly feel huge? Have you ever noticed something that would normally wouldn't bother someone suddenly becomes a huge fight after drinking? That's because alcohol changes how your brain reads the world. A simple comment can feel like a disrespect. A misunderstanding can feel like a betrayal. A joke can sound like an attack. Your brain starts seeing danger where there may never have been any. That's why arguments can escalate so quickly. Here's the dangerous combination. Now, put it all together. You're already angry. The amygdala is sounding the alarm. Your heart is racing. Your body is preparing to react. The alcohol shuts down the very part of your brain that would normally say, take a breath, walk away. I'll regret this in the morning. That's why anger and alcohol are such a dangerous combination. One turns up the emotion and the other one turns down your self-control. What should you do instead? If you're angry, the best thing you can do is actually help your prefrontal cortex come back online. Take a walk. Take a slow, deep breath. Drink water. Step away from the conversation. Sleep on it. Pray. Journal. Call someone you trust. Anything that gives you thinking brain time to catch up with your emotional brain. Now, I don't know like the sleep on it. I know that helps people, but I'm not a big fan of that. So once your prefrontal cortex is back in charge, you'll almost always make a better decision. Final thought. Okay, here we go. Here's what I want you to remember. Alcohol doesn't solve anger. It silenced the part of your brain that would have helped you handle it. God didn't design our brains with both emotion and wisdom. The goal isn't to never feel anger or never feel angry. Anger is a normal emotion. The goal is to make sure wisdom stays in the driver's seat, because one decision made in a few angry seconds can change the whole course of your entire life. So next time you say, I need to calm down and relax and think of taking a drink, remember, you're shutting down the part of you that would make good decisions. The part of you that thinks before they speak. And you don't want to spiral out of control and make up stories in your head that you somehow believe is true, because that's not going to calm your anger. That's just going to take you on a really long emotional roller coaster ride. And how is that calming? How is that relaxing? Put the bottle down, replay this recording, and listen to it one more time. Thank you so much for nerding out with me today. If this episode helped you understand your brain a little better, share it with someone you love. Because sometimes understanding what's happening inside our brain is the very first step towards healing what's happening in our life. It's not about pretending the emotion isn't there. It's about creating enough space for wisdom before acting. Until next time, keep becoming. Love you all. Thank you. God bless.